Plus, you can hear him.
Hey, we're back. Good to see you guys.
Yelling already.
Yeah, that's what I do. It's really good to see you, Rob.
Hey.
Crystal clear, not ice skating around my video screen. This is good. I got faster internet. Sean has already incredible internet speed. What about you, Rob? When you getting on that new internet?
I was waiting to see how your internet went. And then if it goes down every week, I'm not going to get it.
I did
How
have
is
a
your
lot.
internet now?
This is Comcast now, and it's been fantastic. I used to have to watch buffering screens once every 4 minutes, and I got fed up with AT&T. They kept saying they were going to bring me fiber, and I'm like, no, fuck you. I'm going back to Comcast. So I went crawling back to Comcast. I said I'd never go back, but when you only have two available options, I had no choice.
Well, I kept telling you your internet speed was like 25. I was like, you could get more. Oh no, I got that package with my cameras and all that.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk to anybody from Comcast. I was just like, fuck it. I don't want to deal with it.
So you went down to fucking 56K just because you didn't want to have a conversation on the telephone.
Oh yeah, no, I had conversations. I had multiple conversations that led me to going to AT&T. But yeah, I didn't really know I had that low of internet speed until, it was too late. Well, I went to AT&T because of fiber, because they kept promising fiber. And I'm like, all right, well, I know fiber's fast, so that's about as fast as you can get, right? That's faster than cable, isn't it?
I've been waiting 5 years.
Fiber is about what you have now. You have a gig now. That's usually what fiber is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, well, anyway, they kept promising that, and it was like 2 years, and I gave up.
It reminds me of the Money Pit. Like every time you'd have an issue, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna have fiber." You're like, when are they gonna have fiber? Like 2 weeks. Fiber in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks.
And that's what he tried when I was trying to cancel. He's like, I think fiber's coming to your area. I'm like, yeah, I'm good, dude.
Oh yeah,
Did they
when?
really?
2 weeks.
Did they really say
2
that?
weeks? Yeah.
Oh my
God. That was his pitch to try and get me to stay. I was like, dude, you've been saying that for 2 years now. So.
Yeah,
they're like, you're like, when are you gonna have fiber? Like, when Trump rolls out his infrastructure and healthcare plans, that's when we're gonna get fiber.
Rob, did you want to talk politics before we got started?
Oh, I don't care.
I just, I know you like to talk politics. So.
Nah,
Is everything all right with everyone? Is anything pissing anybody off lately?
Well, Sean sent that thing about Tennessee. They fired the health department leader of the state of Tennessee because they said the health department was pushing children to get vaccines.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
Yeah.
That's probably good. That's a good thing.
They're not even allowed to. The health department's not even allowed to talk about any vaccines to minors.
It went from one extreme to the other. Now we're a non-vaccinated state.
Yeah.
Right. Now they're basically like, we're trying to reintroduce polio into Shelby County. Is basically what's happening down there.
So wait, what's the other side saying about the vaccine now? Is it killing people, or what are they saying?
Maybe I didn't send it to you. I sent it to Maggie.
The J&J. It's got.
And I think I sent it. I think I sent it to Becca too. I'm not sure. There's a woman. I don't even know what TV show she was on. It might have been a podcast with video. It might have been a YouTube channel even. But there was a woman on there, and she's dead serious, just with utmost confidence and assurance, saying, "Listen, I went to a party with my vaccinated friends, and I missed my period after that party. So I'm really concerned." So she thinks they call it vaccine shedding. People are shedding the vaccine. This is the shit they're saying. They believe this. Like I said, utmost confidence. So she's telling you how to make pancakes or something. Like this is just fact based. Like this is what you do. Vaccine shedding. Being around people who are vaccinated will now fuck with women's fertility, according to this fucking nut job. And the dude's just like, oh yeah, oh man, you don't want to be around people who are vaccinated, not getting vaccinated, just being near people who are vaccinated. How insane does that sound?
She left out the point where she was at the party, had sex with somebody, and got pregnant. left all that out.
Right. Yeah, that's what the fucking left is trying to do, man. They're trying to do that. Dirty left.
Yeah. Right.
The radical left. Here we come.
It's so crazy though.
Trying to save your fucking life.
But it's funny. I was talking to Maggie earlier, and she said something about Biden, and I was like, Biden is such a lame president.
Yeah, right.
He's so fucking lame. But it's just such a relief to have someone who's just not like a homicidal maniac in there. You're just like,
right.
Biden is a fucking, like, he's a doormat. He doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's an interim president, basically. And I'm just like, oh, thank God. Whatever. This fucking moron. This fucking 95-year-old fucking idiot.
He'll probably run again, too. He'll probably run again.
Dude, he's so cranky, man. It's like, he reminds me of like Grandpa when he got old and he was just like a dick all the time and cranky.
Just like, you just step down.
It's like, you're losing it, man.
It's like Sean said, it's better than the alternative.
I would have voted for a stick, a rock, anything. I didn't care.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I would have put my vote behind whatever I thought was going to beat Trump. It could have been a stalk of celery.
Right. I would have went Green Party, baby. I don't care. I mean, libertarian, anything.
It could have been a discarded foreskin. I would have voted for it. Just anything that was not Donald Trump, basically.
So is this what's it called? Is this critical race theory taking roots yet? Is that what they're trying to push now? Seems like whenever there's a freaking cultural shift, then the other side tries to demonize something.
Just the fact that they're against teaching critical race theory means that is the belief that there is critical race theory. I've read it. It's more detailed than what they're what they tell you in the news.
Yeah,
and it's still a theory. It's not. It's just kind of showing. That there is a systematic problem with the way the United States is set up. Yeah. And that's true. I mean, if you don't see it, then, but just the fact that they're against it, it's proven their point, you know?
Yeah. It makes me laugh every time, it's like,
because this is what we need to worry about teaching,
what's the thing?
They teach it for maybe a day. It's not like something that they're doing a 3-week study on. You know what I'm saying? It's just mentioned in the books.
Yeah, they don't want that.
They're not going into detail. They're not debating about it. They're not. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
That's the thing with it is, they're basically it's a non-issue,
right?
But the right just comes in, turns it into a media talking point. Everybody gets up in arms about this thing that has no actual impact on their life. One way or another, they turn it into this monster thing. They get just to that's basically the whole Republican stance. It's just oppose Democrat. They don't have a platform anymore. It's just to be cartoonish villains. Basically, that's their platform now.
Right. They don't legislate at all. They don't do any legislation. They're just there to shit on the Democrats, and that's how they get into power. I mean, that's it.
Right.
At least, Democrats aren't great either, but at least they're trying to pass legislation that is, helping us in some way.
Yeah, they're trying to push that law and order shit again and get people behind that. But then we're seeing, people get murdered in the streets, so that's not taking hold. So they're like, what else we got? Oh, critical race theory.
Well, here's the funny thing is Trump was president for 4 years. The crime rate went up. It's like now it's Biden's fault. That crime is really bad.
Right. It is higher now, but Jesus, look what we just came out of. There's a lot of desperate people in a fucking pandemic when they're not getting paid.
That was all Trump, though. I mean, it's kind of like riding that wave.
You think if Trump was still president, there'd be a lot more people vaccinated? You think they just would have been like, oh, the vaccines are great because even though
I don't know. Trump is vaccinated. That's what I don't understand.
It would have been on him to push it, and then the media, the right wing media, to then push it. But they're not doing that, so they're not carrying that message.
I thought maybe if he would have won, if he was still
all those sheep, they just do what they're told when it comes to Fox News and whatnot, and then we get called sheep because we got vaccinated. Meanwhile, we did research, we didn't just listen to the talking head on the television. We actually looked into shit, got vaccinated because it made sense. And now you read all this stuff about, in Maryland, every single person that died, 99.2% of the people who died from COVID last month were unvaccinated. That seems like an important statistic. You know what I mean? That's hello. When people are like, oh no, I stood near somebody that got vaccinated and I got 3 nipples now. It's like, it's all over people.
What's sad is I just read that, like, I think it was in Mississippi. I don't know how many kids it was, but there's children now being hospitalized from the Delta variant.
Oh, really?
And we haven't even gone back to school yet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I thought we were at the tipping point, but man, it's not going to look good when we go back to school.
Like I was telling you guys, is like where I live, I was looking at the statistics for how many people are vaccinated, and for like 18 and plus, we're at like 62% in my county, which isn't bad, but it's not the best. But it's surprising considering where I live. It's kind of redneckish where I live. So, but every time I go out, 100% of people are not wearing masks. It's very strange because, like, wait a minute, you motherfuckers, 40% of people should have masks on, because that's the whole thing. Is like, if all these signs are up, if you're not vaccinated, please wear a mask. Yet no one has a mask on. I'm like, but everybody's not vaccinated. I know that. I'm looking at some people and I'm like, oh, I know you're not vaccinated. I know you are definitely not vaccinated. You know what I mean? Like,
businesses are like, we're just going to trust you. I'm like,
yeah.
All right.
And that's the thing. Maybe the employees are vaccinated, so they're like, fuck it. Darwinism, you know? They'll just take care of each other at this point.
I still see a lot of restaurants, the workers are wearing masks. I don't,
Yeah, a lot of
But like he said, what is Tennessee? It's not even 60%. It's like 40 or something.
Oh, you guys are bad, yeah.
So if you're in a room with 10 people, 6 of those assholes should have masks on. Mm-hmm. And like he said, there's not one person with a mask on besides like the
everybody.
Workers. Yeah. It's crazy.
Right. And I'm just like, I don't believe you people. You're full of shit. There's no way 100% of these people are vaccinated around me. It just statistically, it doesn't make sense.
You know what was interesting that you told me that, like, just see how you were telling me the stats of just how many people died that last year, died as opposed to years before. And it's like, okay, obviously there's something killing a lot more people than normal. It's like, put two and two.
The county you live in, for 18 and up is at 46%.
And Shelby
almost
County,
50. That ain't bad.
Shelby County is liberal.
Yeah,
so that's the only
Shelby
County and Nashville. Yeah, Nashville are the only two. Huh. But see, we have a high population of black people, and they're still wary about vaccinations and stuff.
Yeah, I try to. I try to tell as many people as I can. Just like, come on, man. Yeah. Let's just get this over with.
Now, look, man. I delayed vaccination on my son, because, with Emily, helping her out throughout my life. My cousin was autistic, and, my aunt was, I get all this stuff fed to me about, how autism was caused by vaccinations, and I hear that stuff.
That's what's funny, though. What you're talking about, all that was started by liberal people. That's what's funny about that. The anti-vax stuff was started by libs.
Yeah, but, I didn't have any kids, but that's all I was fed, because, she had autism. Yeah. And autism was fairly, it's a fairly new thing, basically. Mm-hmm. It's not new, but it's, it's more common now. Right. Yeah. So, then I got married, I had kids, and, I just took that same stance was, oh shit, man, and then I started doing research because, we had to sign a waiver. You had to go through hoops to send him to school
without a vaccination.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. You had to have affidavits. And then I think by the time, as he got older, and that was always the thing, Molly and he had his shots as soon as when he was in the hospital, as soon as he was born. Mm-hmm. He had those, but we delayed the ones that came afterwards.
Right.
And we were always under the assumption that he would get them, just we were delaying them,
Yeah.
And then I just kept reading up on stuff, and finally Molly and I were like, in fact, our doctor dumped us. We had to go see a different pediatrician because we wouldn't vaccinate him. Mm-hmm. So we went, and then finally we're like, the more research you did, and there were more studies coming out and everything. And I was like, this is ludicrous, and then you hear polio's on the rise. these diseases. And I'm like, this is just stupid. This is just dumb. So after I did a lot of research, I was like, you know what? He needs to be vaccinated. So now, he's fully vaccinated. Yeah. So, but that scared me watching Emily.
You did research?
Yeah. Yeah.
And wait a minute, you went to like trusted medical and scientific resources?
Sorry, you were being sarcastic. I was like, yeah, I did. What?
And then you formed your research. You formed your opinions around that new knowledge.
I mean, I wasn't listening just what my aunt and what but I also I saw Emily from a baby to when she was older.
Yeah.
And that does scare you. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you're having a child.
Yeah.
And so, that was some of it. But then some of it's just stupid, But honestly, there wasn't a lot of research out at the time when Emily did get autism. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now there's been lots of studies done.
Right.
You can look it up now and you can see,
So you don't trust Jenny McCarthy anymore?
No, I didn't trust her back then.
Right.
But anyway,
thing, though, too,
I don't want to, I don't want to sound hypocritical and now you got to get vaccinated, but you got to do your own research. I could see, I fell into the same trap.
Well, I thought that too. Because all we heard with Emily.
Yeah.
I was like, well, shit. These shots are too close together or something like that.
Right.
And then, like you said, I started researching this shit too, and I'm like, okay.
I was like, I don't want my kid getting polio, or measles or something. You can become sterile. Boys. Especially.
Yeah, by the time my kids were born, I already knew.
Yeah.
I was like, well, they're getting vaccinated.
Well, it was, for you, it was, almost 20 years later. For me, it was, just like 5 years later. So
yeah.
But I don't want to sound hypocritical. I want to say that I say all that to say you gotta do the research yourself. Just don't say because your friend, or you're a relative, just look. Just it's out there. You can find this information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would add to that though, vet your sources. Like that's the main thing.
Yeah,
too.
That too.
Look at who is providing the information when you do your research. Don't just don't do the confirmation bias thing. Be like, oh, well, this person says that it is indeed true that vaccinations cause autism. Like, no. You got to really look for studies, look for vetted studies, that are published in reputable medical journals, all that kind of stuff. And again, like Rob was saying, this information is out there. Don't go to YouTube though. Don't go to a clearly biased resource. You don't do that. You look for medical and scientific studies if you're going to dig into this stuff. Otherwise, you can just trust the fact that, wow, growing up, all Americans got vaccinated, and a small percentage of us did contract all kinds of things. And for whatever reason, they latched on to, it must be vaccines, and that became a thing. I remember that was like early 2000s. I was like back when I was having kids too. But there was no actual research.
Right.
They just decided that's what it was. And again, it could have been anything. It could have been people born in hospitals all, got, you know what I mean? They just kind of drew, it was one of those correlation is not causation type of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then when
they were using their jump to conclusions, Matt.
Right. But like when Rob was going through that though, like it was brand new. It was different. And you had medical professionals going on TV going, no, Jenny McCarthy doesn't know what she's talking about. She looked great in Playboy, but don't listen to her vaccination advice.
Well, this was before that. I think Aiden was born. He's 15. How long ago has she been doing it?
I think he was just making a joke.
That's what I mean.
No, but I'm saying,
that's literally right what you're talking about. Yeah. That's when she was doing that stuff was because I had kids right, before you did. So
yeah,
it kind of all stemmed from that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a big part of it. They were spreading this misinformation, and then you have medical professionals going, please vaccinate your children. Yeah. There's no proof of any of this, blah blah blah. Yeah.
I hear a lot of people are just scared because it would happen too fast, and I was like, well, that was because the economy was threatened, and they got all the money in the world to actually like fund the research.
Right.
When you got shit ton of money coming in, plus most of the stuff they already had. a lot of the work had already been done. So
right,
it's just,
with the SARS and all that.
Right.
That is correct. Well, like Sean was saying, to follow up what he was saying about just don't go to YouTube and listen. You know, it's just like Tucker Carlson. It's an opinion piece. He's just telling his opinion. There's no factual evidence, but people believe it as facts because it came from him. Yeah. You know, same with that YouTube stuff or whatever. You know, you got to follow, you know, read the medical stuff. And even some of the medical stuff you got to be careful with, because like just because it's published in the medical journal or something doesn't mean that it's, you know, peer reviewed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
And Tucker Carlson has an agenda. Like if you were listening to Tucker Carlson and getting any ideas from that dude, just cancel your cable, because that dude he has an agenda, and the wording of how he does everything. Like when John Oliver had that great piece about him, how Tucker Carlson poses questions and acts like there's no answers when the answers are readily available, because he can't say what the answers are because they won't support his position if he says the actual truthful answer. So instead, he's like, "Oh, I'm just asking questions. Is Joe Biden an alien? I mean, who knows?" So you know what I mean? It's literally like that. That's how he does everything. Is this vaccine shedding and making women infertile? And it's like, no, it isn't. I mean, literally, like it's like a 5-second search. No, that's not a thing. Like they tested the vaccine on pregnant people. Like people have gotten pregnant since getting the vaccine. It's all horseshit. It's all just stupid. It's all fear mongering. That's why I keep trying to tell. I got a couple friends on Facebook, and Steve's gonna laugh at me for this because I'm like, I can save them. I'm like that Christian that's like, I can save a life. I can bring this person to Christ. And I'm like, I can bring this person to science. I can bring them to rationality and reason. I can do it. I can pull them away from Christ and to where we have facts and logic. And I keep telling them, I'm like, dude, the stuff that you're posting, it's literally just fear mongering. You're buying into fear mongering. That's all it is. Who is it serving? You know, look at who it's serving. You know, it's stuff about racism and sexism and stuff. And I'm like, how is this stuff impacting your life? They're just making you angry. What is somebody shaving? What is happening?
Rob's making
I forgot
coffee.
It was made a lot of damn noise. I'm sorry.
Rob, Sean's trying to save lives here.
I'm so sorry.
This information is critical to any.
But all this stuff though is basically just it's fear mongering, and they want you to just listen and be afraid of critical race theory. And again, actually look at the big picture. Critical race theory, if it's taught, what will happen? What bad thing will happen to you if it's taught? Nothing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they presented information and challenged my children to think. Is that a bad thing? Republicans think so.
Yes. According to a lot of people.
We don't want people to think.
They do not want them to think for themselves.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. It's all bad. But, like, hey, there's still more people in this country that are trying to move forward. And I like that. I like that.
I got to address this because Trump was basically talking about how the people, the insurrectionists were good people, and Ashley Babbitt was a martyr, and all this kind of stuff.
Charlottesville all over again. It was basically
right. It's doing that. So, but basically, it's the stuff he got impeached for that he did not get convicted by the Republicans is basically what he's saying. Like he's basically saying all the things that the reason he got impeached is because he incited the riot. And then he's like, oh no, it was peaceful. And then cut to video of people beating police officers with like Blue Lives Matter flags. It's like, what is happening? It's like he's out there saying this stuff now, and he should have been found guilty during that impeachment, because now we're paying for his fucking Secret Service detail, and he's charging. He won't let them stay in like Mar-a-Lago for free. He charges them like $52,000 or whatever to stay on his property to protect him.
He needs money for his defense attorney.
Yeah, I saw the stat on that. It was like Joe Biden, because he was vice president, so he has had detail for like, I don't know, 10 years or whatever. It was like $77,000 or something. Like Trump, already since he left office, it's already at 99 something.
Do they not talk about?
I don't know the numbers exactly.
They don't talk about that on Fox News.
Check this out.
No.
they actually get up to, the government will pay up to like 200 and something thousand. I saw the number. Like that's what the government will pay.
What, lifetime or a year or
No,
what?
a year, 200 and something thousand.
Oh, wow.
I was like, man, that seems like a lot. But
It is a lot.
I guess that's the perk.
Your coffee's done.
Yeah, thank God. Sorry, man.
No.
All right, let's get anything else? Any other political topics?
What do you want?
You'd like? I want to talk about all these movies and shows that came out.
Oh, you don't want to talk about comics?
And comics. I've been doing that too. Sean, where do you want to start? Let's go.
I say we start with Black Widow. It came out most recently. We've all watched it. You, of course, did not return my phone call Saturday, so we haven't had a chance to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you were so busy.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Black Widow.
Rob called me Saturday night. I talked to him.
No, I called you Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not Rob. We're not the same person.
Mm-hmm.
So I called you. I got no call back.
Oh,
anyway.
no. You texted me. He said, let's play some games tonight. And I said, I'm going to my buddy's house to swim.
I called you Saturday morning.
Oh,
anyway,
well,
let's move past the passive aggressive.
I think he's lying. I'm going to check my call log.
Do it. So anyway, yeah, Black Widow came out. I just want to talk about the numbers, money-wise. Did like $80 million at the U.S. box office, and then $60 million on Disney Plus. So I worked that up real quick. That was like, so 2 million people bought it, basically. Plus, they're getting those subscriptions on top of that. I feel like Disney's like, maybe you can do a simultaneous release. And I'm hoping, I got like fingers crossed, man, because I would love to never leave the house again. You know how I feel about leaving the house. If they could put out like the Eternals, like I don't really want to see the Eternals, right? I'll go see it. But I would love if that came to Disney Plus, like in that weekend, because I don't really want to go see that movie. I have nothing invested in those characters.
I thought that one was already coming to Disney Plus. No. You mean I got to go to the theater to see that as of now?
So far,
this is the last movie I think that they've announced so far. I think Black Widow's the last one.
So he'll go see it. He won't go see Eternals, but he'll go see Snake Eyes.
I don't know if I can see that either, just because it looks so bad. They won't put a mask on the dude. I'm like, that's not Snake Eyes.
So yeah, these numbers are promising. Yes, for sure,
dude. That's huge.
That's just the weekend. That's just weekend.
Yeah, right. Movie theaters can't be loving that.
That's like 3 or 4 days worth of.
Dude, they did $80 million. This is the highest grossing movie they've had since like last February or something. I don't even remember the last time they had a movie debut this well. So I feel like there's room for both in this equation. Because you got people that want to go to the movies and want to have the experience. And then I feel like in like 5-10 years, it's going to be like, there's going to be another documentary. Instead of the last blockbuster, will be like the last movie theater. But
it'll be that one. It'll be that one by my parents' house.
Right. That'll be the last one.
Did it ever open up?
No, dude, the one I used to work at. Sean and I drove by. There's like fucking weeds popping out everywhere. But it still has the new movies and shit. You're talking about so run down.
The one on
Home, yeah. It's still going.
Yeah. What? No, they have like you could get. I saw the sign. It was like for $10 or I don't know, like $20 a week, a month. You could see like unlimited movies or something crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, at that place.
Yeah. I was like, man, they are desperate,
dude. Pavement, growing grass. Like that's how. There was a homeless guy sitting there or something outside. Yes. Remember that?
Yes.
Like. And they're like brand new movies listed.
Right. It's like Cruella. They got all the new movies. No cars, like 2 or 3 cars had to be employees. Yeah, it was very weird. But yeah, Black Widow did really well at the box office. And I hope they do more launches at home because again, dude, like movies at home are different than they used to be when we were growing up. Like you can have a great movie theater experience at home now. Yes, your screen might not be as big, but I mean, you got a 100-inch screen. You sit close enough, it's the same goddamn thing. You got Dolby Vision, you got Dolby Atmos, you got all this stuff. None of my theaters have those things. I have no Dolby Vision theaters. I have no Dolby Atmos theaters, but I have it in my house. It's a better value proposition to stay the fuck home than it is to go see it and be around germ infested people. But anyway, all right. So the movie Black Widow takes place before Infinity War. which made me wish that it had come out before Infinity War, but it didn't. And so I thought it was going to go more into her past, but it's really just a mission in between Civil War and Infinity War is all it is. Which I enjoyed though. I mean, I like smaller stories. I like stories where it's not all about saving the world. So overall I enjoyed it. I'd put it along the lines of like Doctor Strange and Black Panther, kind of like that level where it doesn't have a huge impact on the MCU. And it's, I don't know. It was fun. It was fine. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad by any means. And I mean, the Marvel movies are horribly formulaic at this point though. And the big mistake they made in that movie that actually pissed me off is, it's a reference to the Avengers, the first Avengers movie, when Loki is encased in that Hulk cage or whatever, on the helicarrier, and he mentions Dreykov's daughter, and she has like a reaction, or at least she pretends to have a reaction to that. And so this movie kind of focuses on who is Dreykov's daughter. And this is full spoilers. Just get from this point on, spoiler alert, all spoilers. We're not holding anything back. So turn it off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is all about Dreykov's daughter. You find out Dreykov's daughter is like a little girl that she used basically to kill Dreykov, and killed her in the process. And I thought that was, now that we know that, it was like, all right, that's a part of her backstory. She was a Russian spy. We shouldn't have these perfect heroes. And what did they do? They wiped that out with this. They made it so Dreykov's daughter is still alive. And I was like, fuck. And I was telling Rob this. I was like, dude, that's like if in the next Spider-Man movie, Peter Parker runs into Uncle Ben. It's just like, wait, it just kind of defeats the whole, like that's helped her become who she was. You know what I mean? And to just remove that, like, oh no, we got to make her perfect. It's like, no, stop it.
That's what I was telling Rob. I thought they did that for that reason. So she wouldn't, we knew she did bad things, but she didn't kill the kid. Like maybe they thought they didn't want to have her be a kid killer and go too far like Anakin or something. I don't know.
But she was a spy. That her background, and in the comics that makes sense. And to me, to erase that, just it removes something from the depth of the character. It turns her into a perfect Disney character. Like, no. And here's the thing. We all still love Darth Vader, despite the fact that we had that little bratty kid playing Anakin Skywalker in episode 1, or the fact that he killed a bunch of younglings. We still like Darth Vader. We don't care. We don't care a bunch of fictional kids got killed.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, like, I think that was unnecessary in the Star Wars movies to have him go that far, to just be like, I'm going to wipe out a room full of kids. Whereas in this, having her kill one kid to serve a purpose, to escape this dude that had this hold on her. She thought she was saving all these other people too. You know what I mean? It was kind of like one of those things, like means to an end, where she was weighing, what do I have to do? She didn't want to do it. She wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to kill this little bitch. Right, you know what I mean? Like it was collateral damage basically. Mm-hmm. And that's
with when the help of Hawkeye too.
Right. And when you're in the business of war, that's one of those things, it's kind of, as a soldier, that's what we understand that's something they accept and learn to deal with. And that was part of her trauma and everything. And then they erased it. And I'm like, fuck, no, you didn't need to do that. And then we got the origin of her fucking vest, which I thought was so fucking stupid. It's like, who was asking where she got that vest? Who was asking that? Were you asking that question, Steve? Rob, were you asking where did she get that vest when Infinity War started? Dude, nobody was asking that.
Sean, I just now that you're saying this, apparently that vest shows up later. I didn't even know that.
You didn't know that? They said
so stupid.
They talked about
so
it.
Dumb.
No, in like Iron Man or something.
No, it shows up in Infinity War. That's what she's wearing throughout Infinity War.
Oh, really?
Right.
Oh, see, no idea.
I mean,
I didn't even notice it.
Not until you just said
they
that.
made a big deal out of it. How did you?
Well, they made a big deal out of the movie. They didn't make a big deal out of it in Infinity War.
Oh no,
exactly.
They retconned
exactly the point.
Because
that's the point, though.
That's the
point. There was the vest, though, in the background of the character's costume of a vest. was pointless. Like nobody was asking, where did she get this vest? That wasn't a question any audience member was asking. Nobody was like, well, thank God they answered that question. Now I know why she was wearing that vest in Infinity War.
Now I gotta watch Infinity War.
I think that was Kevin Feige that did that. I think I saw.
Yeah. But overall, you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, and then of course, by retconning the Dreykov's daughter thing, and immediately like it just totally telegraphed the fact who Taskmaster was going to be. I don't know if you guys, it was immediately it was like, oh, that's going to be Taskmaster.
Yeah.
I wasn't as upset about who Taskmaster was as some other people, despite the fact that, I mean, he's a lower level character in the comics. He's a little goofy, to be honest.
So he's a he in the comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He basically he mimics fighting styles and
right.
Okay.
He can like analyze your fighting style and use it against you. Like,
and it wasn't computerized. He wasn't a robot. He didn't have any enhanced.
Yeah.
He just could do it.
So, but I think the bigger sin was just, going in and like I said, it'd be like taking away, Ben Parker dying. It's just, no, that's a part of who she was. That's something like, I don't know why they did that. I don't get it. Anyway, what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with you. Solid flick, but it's, I texted you earlier. I was just like, it's hard to compare shit after Endgame, It's just like, Endgame was so fucking awesome.
I've watched Endgame like 4 times since then. Yeah. Since I watched Black Widow. I'm not kidding. I've literally like watched bits and pieces of Endgame like almost every other night.
This one was good. It's just, I felt like I saw too much, especially the falling out of the sky in the trailer. I was like, I pretty much saw all that in the trailer. I thought there was going to be some intense, battle once, or I thought the falling scene would last longer, first of all. And then once she hit the ground, I thought that would be a much bigger scene than she pretty much took care of her real quick with the pixie dust or whatever that shit was. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I love the chase scene. Sean's favorite chase scene.
I started texting you guys during the chase scene. Totally bored out of my fucking mind.
Yeah. I love motorcycles. I love cars getting flipped down into the subway. I like the family dynamic. I
like the family thing.
They were making me laugh. Why you do poses? Why you do the pose?
Right. Yeah, Florence Pugh is great. I don't know if you've seen Midsummer, but she's great in Midsummer. The other thing I was telling Rob about too, it was more of like a minor annoyance thing, is just I guess I was expecting the fights to be more on the level of like John Wick and Jason Bourne, but they seem to be more on the level of Captain America, Black Panther, and Winter Soldier, with the amount of damage they were dishing and taking when Black Widow fell down off of that building and hit all those fucking like fire escapes, and then she lands and she's not even unconscious. She gets up, and you're like, "You're not a superhero. What? Why are you doing it?" And like when they were fighting in the apartment, even like bashing faces into like Formica, and you're like, calm down, like keep it realistic.
Yeah,
these are humans. Like I thought they were going to reveal that they'd been given some sort of mild super soldier serum or something at some point. And meanwhile, the other chick that fell, like her legs all fucked.
Yeah. It's like, and when you see those two falls, you're like, I would have rather been the first person that fell. Like I would have took my chances on that. Yeah. It was like, she did the dude off the Titanic. Remember when that one guy, ding, 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 ding. It's like, how were you getting up?
The pinball bounce.
Plunko.
Yeah.
Plunko.
Yeah.
Plinko.
Plinko.
Beep, beep, beep. Yeah.
Everything, a hard steel. Oh man!
He like picks her up and throws her into the cabinets. She's like, "I'm okay."
Right.
Even that fight scene wasn't bad, but when she fell off that building, I was like, "Dude, that's a Captain America fall.
Yeah.
That's a Winter Soldier fall. That's not a human being fall. That's an enhanced being.
No. That was a bit much.
I mean, I'm not saying anything, but she's not jacked up either. You know what I mean? She's a woman.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Well, I'm just saying.
Trying to say, Rob?
That's even more. I'm just like, that's crazy.
You saying
No,
women
I'm saying
are weak?
That's not realistic.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Exactly what he said.
Yeah, kind of. I did say that.
Rob's been canceled.
Hey, man,
Moving on.
I'm not all the way on the left.
Hey, none of us are. But yeah, that was more of like a minor annoyance, and like I said, I really liked like the Jason Bourne type fights, and I mean, don't get me wrong, those were over the top too. Nobody's taking even that much damage, but just when people flying, getting kicked so hard they go flying, and then they hit something else after they get kicked, and you're just like, take a second to get up. You know what I mean? Like, you're not Black Panther. You're not Winter Soldier. Like, take a second. You don't have those.
I wanted to wait for the podcast to tell you, but last week I fell off my work truck. I was taking my dolly with my chips out the back, and my foot got caught in the print. I have a printer bag that is attached to the dolly, and that strap hangs down. I got my foot caught on that strap as I was exiting with a full freaking stack of chips. Landed right on my left side, dude. Right on my left side. Like this is how I fell. Not like this. I was just left side. Like, there is nothing more terrifying than when you are falling and your feet are caught. Like, you can't you can't even jump to get out of the fall, You can't even be like, oh, I'm falling. I'll just kick over. I'll roll and try and avoid some
Put
of
your
the
knees down or something.
Yeah. No, I was just like, boom. And I was like, I got up. First of all, I still have my right hand attached to the fucking dolly. Like, the whole chips fell with me. And then the chips fall on me to add insult to injury, So, dude, I thought I cracked a fucking rib, man. I'm like, this is not good. I couldn't breathe, man. I was like, this is the most pain I've ever felt in my life. And
how long did you lay there?
I think you kicked me in the nuts when we were younger, and that didn't hurt as much as when I fell on my side. Dude, I sat in there, and I'm like, I got up, and I'm like, I'm freaking out, dude. I thought I fucking cracked a rib. I've never broken a bone.
How long did you lay there, do you think?
I sat there. This is the position I was in. My side was on the concrete, and my hand was still holding the dolly. And I just sit there. I just sat there for like a second, just stunned that it had happened. And then the pain started to set in. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't breathe. So I get up and I'm like, meanwhile, there's a Family Dollar lady, just a customer, just trying to go in and buy stuff. And she witnesses this thing. And she's like, oh my God, are you all right? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I can't breathe. Dude, I'm freaking out. It was all bad. So yeah, my rib, I'm like severely bruised right now. It's all bad. But yeah.
Dude, that's great.
What were we talking about? We were talking about falling.
That's
so
what
Black Widow
happened.
Black Widow falls up 17,000 feet. And she's like, I'm okay.
She banged her ribs into that ventilation too. I mean, into that duct.
Dude, I fell 3 feet and I thought I was dead. Not a fucking from the top.
And we get it.
Story building.
She's tough. She's very tough, but like the stuff's just like, to me, it's like Fast and Furious level, which I've never seen, but I just figured that's what they do in Fast and Furious. They fall off of like 36-story buildings, and then they're just like, they get up, they're just like brush their shoulders off. They're like, family. And they just keep moving.
Family.
Like, that's what it was. It was so absurd. It was like, you see Captain America do that. He uses a shield, which absorbs all vibration. He's like, meanwhile, Scarlet Widow does it with no super soldier serum and no shield, and she just stands right up and just like she's not even discombobulated for a second.
She's like
right. She's just like, oh, let me give you this serum or whatever. And
Steve
like,
fell.
What?
Steve fell 2 feet and couldn't breathe. It's hard to do that superhero landing when you're only falling 2 feet.
I did not do the pose on that one. That was the oh my God, I'm fucked. I just like I knew I was going down. There's nothing I can do. I was just like, for those 2 seconds, I was like, this is gonna hurt really bad, and it did. Hey, speaking of those memes, you got to be loving those family memes going around the internet. I was like, Sean has got to be getting a kick out of
when
this.
it first started, I was all in, and I still like them when there's a clever one. I still like them. Some of them are just really simple and lame, but to me it was just like, where have you guys been? Like, I've been making this joke for like 5 years. And now you want to bring the memes? Okay, but I'm not complaining. It's funny. Some of them are really funny.
Yeah,
and I'm glad that people have noticed.
They're starting to fade now.
Yeah,
the Anakin Padme ones are still my favorite.
Dude, I just got a new one of those that was actually kind of funny.
No, don't send it.
Send it to Rob. I'll wait till
if I get one more Padme and Anakin or another family thing, I'm just gonna throw my phone.
Family.
Hey, Rob, what do you think of Black Widow?
I thought it was good. It was very predictable.
Where would you put it in the MCU?
Oh, I don't know. It's in the middle. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Mine's like it'd be less than the middle.
Yeah.
Like, not the bottom, but between the middle and the bottom.
There's so many. Who cares?
Who was that dude helping her out, getting her all the equipment and the Quinjet and all that? Was he supposed to be somebody I know?
No, but he'll be somebody in Hawkeye? Probably Phase 4. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think of him?
He's going to be a Sitwell, I'm guessing. Kind of that character that just pops up every once in a while.
What'd you think of them introducing the Disney Plus TV universe from the movies? That was kind of cool.
So yeah, the Contessa was there. That was like the lamest. That was one of the lamest post-credit scenes I've ever seen.
Right?
It was too long, far too long.
Yeah.
And basically just to set up the Hawkeye TV series, from what I can tell.
Yeah.
We know that she's going to appear again in that, but I mean, I'm curious what the Contessa's overall thing is going to be. They've talked about doing Dark Avengers or Secret Invasion. I don't know. She wouldn't be Secret Invasion, I don't think. But yeah, that was just a really lame to me. Like, usually they're like funny, or you're kind of like, oh, and in this one you're just like, okay. Like,
I thought it was basically just a flex by Disney to, show their superiority, their mass reach. Like, we got movies, we got TV, we got everything.
Well, you have to remember, though, this was supposed to come out a year ago. This was supposed to predate Winter Soldier. So that might have played differently a year ago, and we might have been like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now we know who she is because of Winter Soldier.
Mm.
But if it had actually played a year ago, it might have had more impact. But now it's just kind of like, oh yeah, it's Elaine is here.
Mm.
And she's going to go after Hawkeye now. We all know that going after Hawkeye is not a big deal. We know that she's not going to kill Hawkeye.
Yeah.
We know that, you know what I mean? Like, so it's just, it was a lame, but.
Well, wait, it is after Endgame.
No,
she's going after him after Endgame. She technically could kill Hawkeye.
Yeah.
She's not
in Hawkeye's own series? That would be interesting.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting path to take, I guess.
Like,
anything's possible.
We're like, well, shit.
I wouldn't go that route.
So much for season 2.
But what was great is watching it at home, fast forward through the credits. Didn't have to wait, didn't have to sit in the theater.
Dude, you texted me that before I watched it, and I couldn't do it. I was like,
what?
I couldn't. I don't know why. I was like, yes, exactly. I pretended like I was at the movie.
Oh, I did it.
Oh,
I waited for all of it.
Fast forward.
You talked about how, the post-credit scenes are getting like, when they first started them, we got a funny thing happen going to get Thor's hammer with Coulson. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
That was like freaking all. It was like a short story. We were getting short stories.
That wasn't a credit scene though. That was a special.
Oh, was that on the DVD?
Yeah, that was like a special.
It was the Agent Carter one.
Yeah,
that was like a special feature.
Oh, well, they did have Thor's hammer, him going. That was a credit scene.
No, he's talking about something else.
Yeah,
like
I was talking about.
I know what he's talking about. Like the diner scene with Coulson and somebody else. I know what you're.
Well, he's in like a convenience store, and there's like a whole shootout and everything.
Yeah, that was a short story on a DVD.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, you're right. So was the Agent Carter. That was on a DVD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and there was another one too with Lizzie Kaplan, I believe.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That one was.
Yeah.
They had a technology from Avengers or something.
Right. Yeah. They were robbing banks with it and stuff.
Is that canon?
I would imagine. I don't see
Who-
why not.
This ain't fucking Star Wars.
Well, I know, like Agents of Shield is pretty much wiped out now.
Well,
so.
we don't know that.
Well,
we're bringing a multiverse into the thing.
That's
You're
pretty
telling
cool.
me they're not gonna place that shit in a multiverse?
Well, they got what's his name from Daredevil.
Huh?
He'll be in. He's reprising his role, right?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a rumor. I don't think that's been
I'm
confirmed.
talking about Matt, whatever his name.
Matt
is.
Murdock, whoever.
Yeah.
What's his name? Brian Cox. What's his name?
Yeah.
It is not Brian Cox.
What's his name?
Sure.
I can tell you that.
What's his
I
name?
know he's the guy that played Daredevil. That's not Ben Affleck.
Do you know who Brian Cox is? You remember Stryker from X-Men 2? That's Brian Cox.
Okay.
That is not Daredevil. All
Yeah.
right, so Loki finale tomorrow.
Yes.
So
Let
this
me start.
has been-
Let me start.
Okay.
I'm loving it. All right. Now you may continue.
I will second that. I have enjoyed Loki so much. More than WandaVision, more than Winter Soldier, more than Black Widow. And I'm not a big Loki follower.
Yeah.
I could care less. I was like,
WandaVision
But
is still
this
my
is-
favorite, but
this is
depending on this last episode, I might have to.
this
let
is
go.
some well written stuff. I mean, they're just throwing everything at us. It's
Yeah.
great.
It's good. It's good
I've
shit.
enjoyed it, and the continuity are there's not an episode where you're like they just threw that in there. Now, granted, there's only 6,
Mhm.
but it just feels like it's moving. You know what I mean? WandaVision was like, ugh,
Mm.
you know, and Winter Soldier even was kind of you had that
WandaVision,
back and forth. Let's just move this along. You
Mhm.
know,
Yeah.
I get it. They're terrorists. I get it.
6 might be the magic number
And
for TV series.
yeah, I don't know. Well, how many was Winter Soldier? What was
8.
6? Well, that was 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, it just depends on the story, and yeah, as long as you're not trying to just hit a certain number of episodes, I think that's the key. Really, it's not really how many episodes
Right.
is it.
Just tell
It
your
should-
story.
It should just be what does the story dictate? You know,
No, I'm
And
just
then
saying
do that
6.
many.
I'm just saying 6 flows pretty good.
Well, the whole
Oh
point.
yeah, it's been moving.
The whole point of streaming is you do it in the whatever it takes to do it. You're not confined
Right.
to 45
Seasons.
minutes.
Right.
Yeah, for an hour show or 20 minutes for
Yep.
a half-hour show.
Yeah.
The whole point of you put in what you need to put in. So
Right.
They're still roughly around the same.
But
time.
that last episode of Loki, I think I've watched it twice, maybe 3 times. It's just fascinating. I love it.
just
I love
watched it.
Richard E. Grant. I love.
Rob was telling me all these fucking things that I would. He's
Well, I
like, you
looked
don't
some
know
of them
that?
up.
I was
looked
like,
some of them
it's
up.
like, dude, I don't. I
He
just
looks
started
everything
reading
up.
comics.
Well,
He's
he
like,
looks
you didn't know
everything
about
up.
the frog? I'm like, frog, frog.
Okay,
Rob,
I saw
Rob
the
is
frog.
the guy who looks everything up, and then he comes in and he's like,
No.
"What are you, a fucking idiot?" It's like
No.
you looked it up. You didn't know that.
I've looked up everything when it has to do with
That's
comics because I don't read them.
But he was like shaming me for not knowing. I'm
No.
like, dude, I just started reading comics this year.
Not for not knowing, for not noticing. You didn't even see the
No,
frog.
I noticed the
Oh,
stuff.
I thought you said you didn't.
No, I just didn't know what the hell it was. Like I noticed Mjolnir when they
But
were
you
doing
haven't
the
seen.
cross section.
You haven't
of
read
the Earth.
anything about them filming Thor: Love and Thunder and talking about having Throg or
No,
what's his name, Bill?
no.
Nothing.
No,
I know
don't read that
Taika.
stuff.
I know Taika
Well, I get-
Waititi is
I read
directing.
stuff
That's
like
all.
that.
Stop talking. Stop ruining it. See, somehow I'm on the internet way
Oh,
more
no,
than
no,
Rob.
no.
I managed to avoid all this stuff, and then Rob comes in. He's like, "Oh yeah, here's some spoilers."
No, that's
It's like, what? What are you doing?
I don't know if any of that is in there. I'm just saying there's speculation, rumors. But
I don't wanna know.
to be fair,
To be fair,
I have stopped reading a lot of that Screen Rant crap. I can't take it anymore. It's just like
I had to delete it.
It's like reading the
because
politics stuff where they're just saying the same thing every week. Yeah, Trump's closer to getting prosecuted. Trump's closer to getting prosecuted. Oh, they got him now. The CFO flipped.
Yeah,
It's like, dude, you've been saying this. You're giving me the same story for 6 months now.
I had to.
For as
No, it's
long
like-
as you keep clicking on it,
Right. I stopped clicking.
I deleted like comicbook.com and
Uh-huh.
Screen Rant off my Facebook because I kept scrolling.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, they just spoiled shit for me.
Well,
Yeah, I don't
avoid
follow any
stuff
of that
like
stuff.
I look it up after the. I looked up some stuff after the episode,
Yes.
but I noticed some stuff like.
Now, do you know anything about where they may have been going?
No.
Okay.
I know nothing.
Okay.
I got nothing. Here's my theory. Here's my completely uninformed, no research theory. It's not even a theory. It's not even a theory. It's more of a list of things I hope they don't do. I don't want whoever is overseeing the TVA to be another Loki or a council of Lokis. That, to me, would just be antithetical to Loki. He is not that kind of organized. He's a fly by the seat of his pants kind of character, as we've seen. Plus, Lokis turn on each other, as we have seen. So if they do that, I will most likely be disappointed, depending on how it's written. I got to put that caveat in there, because also going back to Mandalorian season 2, I didn't think I wanted to see Luke Skywalker at the end. I was totally wrong about that. Fucking instant nerd boner. So I can be wrong with my assumptions and assertions, but the other thing I want this series to have a real impact on the Marvel Universe. I want there to be some sort of catastrophic event that creates a multiverse, basically, since they basically talk about how they keep it from being a multiverse. And I feel like that's reasonable, just because we have a whole movie coming out called Doctor Strange into the multiverse.
Hey,
So,
my buddy at work was like, I know what causes the fucking ripple, the multiverse of madness. He's like, him fucking himself. I was like, yeah, that's probably that could happen.
That would cause a Nexus event.
There's definitely some familial love going on there. So,
and Nexus.
That's kind of funny, because it reminds me.
Right?
It reminds me of the last episode of Rick and Morty. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Oh my god, that was so bad.
No, I'm only in season 3.
Oh
I think.
Jesus, that episode! Even I was like, oh my god, they have.
What are you talking about? The one where
you can tell me.
Fucks he fucks the horse ejaculation machine,
and then he
yeah. With there's giant sperm everywhere.
What he called the one that he helped? What was his name?
It was like Sticky. Call it Sticky.
Yeah, that's it.
Sticky.
I fucking love that
Sticky
show.
the sperm.
Oh my god, this one is like so off the rails, man. It's so bad. It's so bad.
I go to watch it.
It's so dumb.
I go to watch it when I get home, and then the kids come into the room, and I'm like, oh, I can't have them watch this.
Incest baby.
Yeah, can't have a giant incest baby. And then they bring it around to 2001: A Space Odyssey. I was like, oh, that's funny. I'm glad I actually watched that movie now. That was funny.
Yeah,
that was a solid episode.
So you don't
giant sperm.
Okay, so he doesn't know about the guy that we were talking about. So
what?
I won't say anything.
Of what?
The Loki.
Loki.
Yeah.
He's caught up with Loki.
No, in the next episode, what we thought.
Well, you could tell him what you think. Why can't you tell him?
I don't know. I'd rather just watch it tomorrow.
He just gave us his opinion on what he thought was going to happen.
He said he didn't want my opinion.
I gave you my opinions of what you guys don't seem to. I take speculation as spoilers. I don't think you guys do that. I think you guys just take it as speculation. But speculation to me, if you introduce something in my mind and I'm thinking about it and then it happens, then that's a spoiler. But obviously nobody can know if it's a spoiler.
How the fuck am I supposed to know what you...
Because you read everything on the
internet. I haven't read anything.
You're out there reading everything.
I don't read what's going to happen. I read what has happened. Like the Easter eggs. I like to find the Easter egg stuff.
Well, you're right. Okay.
Did you... Nexus event. What's that from?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't have to read that. I just figured it out finally, but it took me a while.
I don't believe you.
You like WandaVision. Remember the commercial Nexus? She's a Nexus being.
Oh.
And they call this a Nexus event. So they're tying it in,
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. All right, I won't say anything. I got an idea. I think I think it's too fuck. I won't say anything.
I said, I went with what I think is lame and shouldn't be done.
Well, see, I agree with you. I don't want to see that.
To me, it's obvious. If it's a Loki thing, to me, it's just an obvious. I feel like everybody's thinking that, right? I mean, everybody to some extent. It's like it's going to be a bunch more Lokis or a Loki or something, right?
Here's the thing. I think this is better written than WandaVision Because
Oh yeah.
WandaVision, they threw a crap out there, and it was like, ugh. And then they didn't finish it, or they tried to lead us this way, and then they didn't even like explain. You know what I mean?
No.
Whereas
I thought
Loki,
they
they're
explained
actually
everything.
putting stuff in there that is like, Easter egg stuff, and it's cool, and it's following the
you're
comics.
saying they're not explaining
But
stuff
no,
that we should know.
No, they're pointing one direction, and if I ain't gonna say it, but I think I think Sean's what he's thinking is probably what's gonna happen. I think I agree with him, but I think there might be a twist to that, and I won't say it because I'll tell you.
We'll talk about
I'll tell
it.
you.
We'll talk about it
afterwards.
next week.
I think there might be a twist,
or 2 weeks from now.
But
as soon as I wake up tomorrow, I'm watching it. So,
but I think it'd be cool if they finally bring in somebody else. Like that from.
That's what I want. I just want it to be somebody else, anybody else, somebody that's not a Loki.
But here's the thing. Also, there's going to be a season 2 of Loki for sure. So
they've already confirmed that?
I'm curious on how they end this, because if it,
damn, I wish I wouldn't have known that, because now I'm not as excited.
Well,
for
nothing's
the last
confirmed, but that WandaVision's not. Winter Soldier maybe.
Yeah.
And Loki, they probably said yeah, and I don't know about.
Here's
Hawkeye.
the thing, though: just because there's another season of Loki, unless Rob has casting news, which if he does, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
but my point is, you could do another Loki without Tom Hiddleston. Is my point.
No, yeah, you can do anything now.
So, but don't. If you have casting information, which I avoid, please don't share it. I don't want to know. I like to be surprised.
Hey, I would watch a spinoff of old Loki.
Yeah, he told me who that was. I had no idea who that was. It's the dude from Hudson Hawk.
Just like him.
Bunny, Ball.
Grant.
Yeah.
Yes, you didn't know that?
No, I had no idea. And then I saw him in a photo he took his headgear off. Stop staring at my headgear. He took that off, and I immediately recognized him.
Yes.
But I was like,
Darwin Mayflower.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
He sounds exactly the same, though. He's very distinct.
Rob's like, you didn't know that, you fucking idiot.
Well, you're the one that got me watching Hudson Hawk. That's why I was shocked. Like, I never watched Hudson Hawk until you ding dong over here.
Steve and me, and now Maggie loves Hudson Hawk.
I do too. I love it now.
There's a very small niche group of people who are like, you like Hudson Hawk? Like, I like Hudson Hawk.
How's my driving? 1-800, I'm going to fucking die.
I'm going to fucking die.
You guys used to watch that all the time. I was like, what? This movie's so stupid.
Airbags, can you fucking believe it?
And then I got older, and I did Chase and Tail all the time and went outside. And I realized that movie is hilarious.
Yeah.
What's Nintendo?
You want me to rape him?
You want me to rape him? Read your book.
Read your
yourself.
Book. Read your book, Butterfinger.
I got a new nose. My high school science teacher. Somebody great. Like, how did that movie fail? It's so fucking great, dude. I don't get it. It's so fucking funny.
And it had the song in the.
Would you like
to
swing on a star?
Dude, one of the only musicals I can tolerate. That is a musical. That is a Sean musical.
Yeah, a heist set up to the timing of songs. Like, that's so clever.
Wouldn't you like to be a pig?
He's like, they invented something while you're inside. It's called a watch.
They took down Captain Bob's steering wheel.
Reindeer goat cheese pizza.
Every time he tries to take a sip of his cappuccino, something always happens. All right.
He's got the baseball balls. Just quote Hudson Hawk all day. That's our new podcast. It's going to be Hudson Hawk face.
Steve quotes Hudson Hawk. So Loki, I'm loving that. I can't wait till this next episode. I hope it's like he said. I hope it sets up something very pivotal.
So just real quick, out of everything you've gotten since Endgame, what's your favorite?
Out of every movie?
No, every Disney Marvel product, you've gotten after Endgame, all the way up to Black Widow. What's your favorite?
Spidey Man.
Yeah, probably Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Then WandaVision. Then
Get the fuck out of here.
Then Loki. Then, dude, I think I like Falcon and the Winter Soldier better than WandaVision or
Yes.
Black Widow.
Yes. No, you had that right the first time.
I like Black Widow, but it's just like, it's like Ant-Man, like Sean said. It's like Ant-Man.
Yeah.
No, don't
As much
say
as
that.
I love
Ain't
Black
love,
Widow and Scarlett Johansson, I think it would have landed better if we had seen it before Infinity War, and then like Infinity War would have had even more impact, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Know what I mean?
So yours is Spider-Man: Homecoming?
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Oh, Far From Home. I
So,
forgot.
dude, I love
That
Spider-Man.
was so fucking good.
I forgot that.
That's the one with
out after
Mysterio,
that.
right?
I thought that was before.
That's
Yeah.
That's Mysterio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Mysterio.
Yeah, that scene at the end where he's fighting over there on the bridge and all those drones and just using all his Spidey powers and stuff. I still want to see him like fight a supervillain though, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I'm still a little disappointed. I hope this next movie actually again gets to punch
And it's
somebody.
and Mysterio calls him out in the end. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
that was
Dude, we got a Venom movie this year and a Spider-Man movie, and we're looking at the crossover potential as well. I'm more excited.
Wait, you
for
forgot about
Venom.
Eternals.
Fuck Eternals. I don't give a shit about
Wait,
Eternals.
whoa.
Does anybody give a fuck about Eternals?
Yeah, I
No.
want to see it.
Oh,
but
do you care?
No, but I think it looks okay.
Yeah, I think it looks.
It's not the same. See, the closest analog I could think of would be Guardians of the Galaxy, except the Guardians trailer hooked me. I was like, I don't know who these people are. I knew who Rocket Raccoon was. And I'd seen like Drax and Gamora. I was like peripherally aware of them. But, you know, I never read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. I'd seen them in the Annihilation storyline, I think. Didn't really remember them. Rocket Raccoon being the standout there. I'd seen Groot. Yes, Scotty Young art. Anyway, Steve is showing me his phone case. It has a Scotty Young rendition of Rocket Raccoon on it. But anyway, the trailer, though. The trailer, the music, everything with the Guardians trailer. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who these people are. I want to see this movie, though. I saw the Eternals trailer. I can't even remember it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't. Yeah. It was just so generic and DC to me. You know, it was like these gods, and they're coming to save the world. And it's just like, oh, I don't care. You know what I mean? It didn't have any personality to it.
Yeah. I'm having trouble coping
in a
with
post-Endgame world.
Yes. Coping with the next onslaught of new characters. It's like,
right.
But they're not Spider-Man and they're not Captain America, you know?
Right.
Well, we do have Falcon becoming.
We have a new Captain America.
Yeah. So that's
cool. Actually, I'm excited. I really liked, we talked about this, but I like Falcon as Captain America.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a character that should have somebody kind of take up the mantle, because again, Captain America is not an identity, it's a title. Yeah. And it just makes sense, you know? So,
we don't have Iron Man.
Like we don't have Iron Man.
We don't have Hulk. I guess we could have Hulk.
What?
Kind of.
Who?
Hulk.
Oh, Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's all Professor Hulk now.
Yeah, it's quite disturbing.
Never a fan of Professor Hulk.
We got
never liked Peter David's takes on the Hulk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to see him. Don't get me wrong. I'll be there for Eternals. So, but I'm just not
Please
excited.
Come to Disney Plus. Please come to Disney Plus. Like, that's... like, please don't make me leave the house for Eternals. Dude, you know what comes out in November that I am excited about is the new Ghostbusters movie. So I have that to look forward to.
Man, that's been trying to come out for 2 years.
Yeah, everything's been trying to come out for 2 years.
Yeah.
You said Spider-Man's coming out this year?
December.
Yeah, December.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? No, seriously.
I am not kidding you.
Venom and then Spider-Man.
What's the Spider-Man called?
No Way Home.
Something Home.
No Way Home. Yeah, it always has home.
This is before the Doctor Strange, right?
Doctor Strange is next year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're okay.
Mm-hmm. We got Shang-Chi. We got Shang-Chi before that.
Shang-Chi, Eternals. and Spider-Man. Is that it then?
And then
for the MCU this year?
Yeah.
That's a
for
lot.
the MCU. And then Venom.
And then Venom is going to be dabbling in the MCU from what I understand. It's going to be some possibility of some Tom Holland.
We still got Tom Holland for that Far From Home, and I think he gets to appear in another MCU film. Is that correct?
I don't know. I don't remember the details. I don't know if I even know the details of the new deal.
It's still.
I thought he was guaranteed for at least an appearance in another
they
MCU
haven't.
film.
I don't think they've said what they agreed.
Either they haven't said or I don't remember. I'm not worried about it, though. I'm really not. Here's where my confusion comes in. And this is a question for a listener that I can't really find the answer to online. So probably no one else can either. But what I don't understand is how Sony has the rights to Miles Morales when Miles Morales wasn't even created until well after the first Spider-Man trilogy. He's only been around since like 2010, 2012, somewhere around there, maybe 2014 even. And so I just don't understand how Marvel can create Miles Morales. Maybe it's just because maybe they fucked up by calling him Spider-Man.
Yep.
Maybe if they hadn't called him Spider-Man, they could have had Miles Morales.
Spider-Boy.
Something, yeah. I mean, well, they had a bunch of different names before his Spider-Man. He was like called a Rat Kid.
Wait, so who has the right to Spider-Gwen?
Again, I think Sony does, because I'm looking at Into the Spider-Verse, and they have all these Spider-Men. Again, a lot of them didn't even exist when that Sony deal came out, so I don't know what the fuck. Marvel really sold their soul on that Sony movie deal back in the late 90s, from what I can tell.
Wasn't that when Marvel went bankrupt?
Yeah.
Dude, you know what I'm excited for? Fucking Blade. I can't wait to fucking see Blade, man.
Dude,
that was the movie back when we first saw it. Like, I watched that so many times.
Oh, I remember watching that in Memphis with you. Yeah, Blade was awesome.
It has some great sword fighting scenes. Loved it so much.
Did you guys watch that Deadpool Korg trailer?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
So, yeah, Deadpool is in the MCU now. You can check that out. The Free Guy movie looks terrible. No interest in that.
I'm going to go
But yeah, Deadpool hanging out with Korg. It's like, I'm really curious how that transition is going to go, and I'm still very concerned that it's going to be a musical, and I really hope I'm wrong.
That's who that girl is from Free Guy. I couldn't place her. She was in, I think that's the girl from, or woman from Ready Player One.
Don't remember that movie. I mean, I remember it, but I don't remember the girl. Oh,
the
girl. She had the messed up face.
Yeah, I kept trying to think who she was.
Not her.
I was like, I've seen her.
Sean's saying no.
That's not her.
It's not her? Oh.
No.
Oh, never mind.
It
looks like her. The haircut's the same.
Haircut's the same. Therefore, it must be her.
She's white. She's got similar hair.
She's got boobies.
Nailed it.
Wow.
All right. What else we got? What have you guys been doing? It's been like a month and a half or something since we recorded.
I started watching... there's a new Resident Evil series on Netflix. I watched the first episode. I found it enjoyable.
Animation, right?
Anime, yes. CGI anime, but surprisingly good for, you know how I feel about anime. But I really enjoyed it for what it is. I mean, it's not amazing or great, but it was definitely enjoyable. It's got Leon Kennedy. It's got Claire Redfield in it. If you're familiar with the games, you know who they are. But it's only 4 episodes. They're only like a half hour long each, so I'll finish that up. What else?
Dude, I saw the Tomorrow War. That shit was great. Are you serious? I fucking love it. It was a great monster movie. It was it was better than Black Widow. It was great. That's what I thought going into it too. I was like, Chris Pratt and a fucking...
No, I watched it. It was not that good.
Oh, you saw it?
Yes.
Oh, dude, what the fuck? That movie was great.
No.
The monsters were great.
No.
The whole concept was freaking cool as hell.
Oh my god. It was like a low budget.
I gotta watch that.
Oh, dude.
You
watch it. Tell me what you think.
It was not that good.
Can I tell you something
I'm
that
very
happened?
curious now.
You gotta
No,
watch
I don't want to know anything. I want to watch
okay,
it. I
so
do want to watch it. I keep
You
forgetting
actually
about
are going to watch it.
Hey, spoiler.
Yeah.
It's
Nah,
not
don't
that
say
good.
anything.
It's not that good.
Oh, dude,
I am very curious now because I want to know.
Better than Black Widow.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
my
Black
God.
Widow
Steve-
is, dude, this was a great monster movie.
Look, I like what's the
it was fun.
Stravinsky
It
or
never
whatever her
stopped.
name
The
is,
action was fucking intense.
Oh my
It was
God.
a thrill ride.
It was,
And not like a Fast and the Furious thrill ride. It was actually good.
Look, it was entertaining, but to call it great is just.
It was like Aliens, but it wasn't as scary.
It was entertaining.
The
I'll give you that.
Hey, Maggie just texted me.
Entertaining.
She's like, Maggie, she's like, because of your loud quotes, I just started watching Hudson Hawk. And then she said every quote. She's like, I want to teach the handicapped how to yodel. Hudson Hawk fan club for life.
How do you watch that movie and not watch it again and again and again?
Right.
I know what
And
I'm
it sets up. It's like a storybook. It's like an old Disney film where they open the book and you're getting sucked into that fantasy world. Oh man!
If you take nothing away from this podcast, please go watch Hudson Hawk. That's all. That's it. Like,
and the Tomorrow War.
I am going to watch Tomorrow War this week. I'm very curious because you got to take Steve's assertions with a grain of salt.
I understand.
He loves
I
everything on first viewing.
I really love this one.
Like, you came out of Force Awakens with like half a tent, and it was like, dude, what are you talking about? So you gotta.
I'm really trying to think back.
Hey, if you don't like it, that's fine.
Well, I didn't say I didn't like it. I will go see anything.
Yeah.
I will sit through anything. I like being entertained.
But
I predicted that a great movie.
I predicted way more stuff in Black Widow than I did.
Molly and I both were like, we expected more from Amazon because they really hyped it.
Dude, I thought that was fucking fabulous.
I thought that was going to be like,
what do you fucking want from a fucking monster movie?
I thought you could release that in a theater type of movie.
Yeah,
you could not release that.
You could.
Oh no!
Oh Jesus Christ! What are you watching?
Oh no!
Did you watch the same thing?
No, that was.
Did you watch direct? What did you watch with Chris Pratt?
I watched.
Are you sure it was the Tomorrow War?
And Yvonne Stefanski. I can't say her name. You speak, Bob. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You talking about
his daughter.
His daughter.
But, okay, so,
wow. Bezos spent way too much money trying to go to space. He should have put a little more money into that movie.
Well, he didn't make the movie. I think the movie was made, and I think they bought the rights to it. I don't think Amazon.
No, that's an Amazon, I believe, because Chris Pratt signed on to an Amazon thing.
Dude, that had plenty.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't read that on
the budget was fine on that. Nothing looked shitty. Everything looked great. The monsters looked great. I don't know what he's talking about. I've seen shitty movies.
So it's fast paced though.
I didn't say it was.
It goes.
I didn't say it was
never
shitty.
Stops. Actually.
I said it was entertaining.
It's slow in the beginning.
How do you get shitty from entertaining?
And it's got J.K. Simmons in it.
Okay, J.K. Simmons is awesome.
Great.
I'll give you that. That is awesome. That's all I'm gonna say.
It is so
That's
fun.
it. I won't say anything more about J.K. Simmons.
Hey, you know what I watched this week? I watched a movie that I haven't seen in years that I love. I love John Carpenter movies. It's a movie that stars Roddy Piper. It's called They Live. Have you guys ever seen that?
Yes, I have. Of course,
I know, but I've seen. I had to ask you about it. It's the one with he can see like the musculature of like all the people or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You should watch it. You should just watch it this week. Watch They Live. It's 90 minutes, like 88 minutes long. It has one of the most ridiculous, protracted fight scenes I've ever seen. It's fucking great.
It's a B movie. It's not a great.
It's John Carpenter. If you know John Carpenter, he never gets big budget stuff. He just that's not he's Escape from New York, Halloween, all that kind of stuff.
Speaking of Halloween, Aiden and I watched that last week. It's great. The music is just it's wonderful.
Wait, is there a new Halloween?
John Carpenter wrote that music.
Yeah. I didn't know that until I was reading the credits. And
you mean the one that came out a while ago?
Jamie Lee Curtis. Wow. Yeah.
This isn't.
She always looked 40 years old, right?
Right.
That was my takeaway from that. She's supposed to play. I think she was only like 20 in there. But
She was very young.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1978. That was very good. Aiden and I were just cracking up because they look out the window and there he is, and then,
I just realized you were talking about the original one.
Yes, the original.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you
So
were talking about the remake.
Aiden is making me watch all these scary movies again because it's his first time watch, and I make him do stuff, so I feel obligated that yes, I will watch anything you want to watch. I will watch it.
Yeah.
So I'm actually watching scary movies again from when I was 6.
Yeah,
I saw Halloween when I was 6.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I
hope my kids watch it when they grow up. Watch scary movies with me because my wife won't.
Dude, I made Logan watch Evil Dead 2 with me this week, which is one of my all-time favorites.
We're gonna do we're gonna do Evil Dead.
Do Evil Dead, then do you do Evil Dead 2, no matter what. No matter how turned off you might be. Yeah. by Evil Dead 1. You got to watch Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 2 is brilliant.
Did you watch
1 or 2? I have.
Did you watch the Showtime the series with him?
Yeah. I have all those. Those are all on my Vudu, man.
Oh yeah,
all that shit's on my Vudu.
Were those any good?
Yeah, it's 3 seasons of it. It's all on there. Evil Dead 1, 2, Army of Darkness, all 3 seasons of Ash versus Evil Dead.
Ash versus Evil Dead. That's what it was.
Yeah, it's all there. Watch it on there. Dude, I just, that's like my favorite horror franchise of all time is Evil Dead. Yeah. It scared the piss out of me as a kid. It scared the piss out of me as a teenager. I saw that shit when I was a teenager. It scared me way more than any of the typical slasher flicks.
I remember being scared of everything in that time period. It didn't matter what horror movie it was.
If you grew up remotely religious, it made anything with like demons in it so much more horrifying.
Right?
Yeah. I agree.
And to this day, like stuff with religious imagery scares me the most.
I thought Satan lived in
it's like I can't get over that shit.
Right?
Like I know it's not supposed to be scary, but I can't help it. I was indoctrinated at a young age.
Dude, so Maggie and I, and this is all my fault. This is on me. I keep trying to enjoy like the Conjuring universe, and Conjuring 3, I think, was recently on HBO Max, and we watched almost the whole movie, and then Maggie's like, "Well, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep." So I turned it off, and we just never got back to the ending. And I don't even care. Like, those movies they're not good. They're so bad. It's like, this is modern horror. This is popular horror. Like, nobody fucking dies. There's no fucking gore. It's just constant jump scares. Yeah. It's like, it's the same. It's so repetitive with the jump scares. All of a sudden, all the sound will cut out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, and then they distract you with one side of the fucking frame. And then to watch the other one because that's where the face is going to come up or whatever. It's so formulaic and horrible. And it's so boring. And no one dies. And there's like, dude, I want to see blood and guts and gore and tits and all those things that are supposed to be in horror movies. And it's frustrating.
I like the psychological horror films the best.
I like a good psychological. These are not psychological horror movies.
No. I'm just saying I like those the best.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say like there's some really good I love Frailty. I love Session 9. I love The Others. That was really good. You can do horror without gore. But these movies they offer nothing but jump scares with no consequences. I want to see people get dragged off. And fucking, people get dragged off and then they're just like, oh, what happened? It's like, no, you're supposed to tear his guts out or something or, fucking fist his asshole. Do something to that guy. Give him a traumatic experience. Don't drag him across the room. Like, it's fucking boring. So, yeah, me and Maggie and I are literally just like laughing and rolling our eyes at and just asking each other, like, why do people like this? This is not horror. This is bad.
Hey, I heard M. Night Shyamalan's going to give it another shot. Are we done with him yet, or how you guys on M. Night?
I watched a movie he did called The Visit, and I enjoyed it. And that was not like a hardcore horror movie.
Which one was that?
It was this woman sends her 2 kids to stay with her parents, and they've never met their grandparents before, and they go stay with their.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Did you watch that?
I
that was good, right? That was fucked up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't gory. It was still PG-13, but stuff happened, and it was like that was some good cycle. I enjoyed that movie. So I don't know. I'll give anybody a chance that, I don't judge people for their latter-day sins if I enjoyed their early stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, I'll come back. But like Zack Snyder, he did like one good movie. So no. And then like 96 bad movies. He did 300. He did a good job at that. And then he just fucking took all my comic books and then used them to wipe his ass repeatedly. So I can't give that guy any more fucking chances.
So you didn't watch his new zombie movie then?
Fuck no. Jesus, that looks terrible.
I'm going to watch it.
Do it. Yeah, I can't enjoy his stuff. It's so melodramatic and bad.
Do it.
All right, we got to start wrapping this up. I know we didn't get to Sin City, but
we can do Sin City. It's easy.
We don't have time for it.
Yeah, no, it's.
What do you mean it's easy?
It's easy. Did you watch the movie? Yes. Then you've read the comic book. I mean that's it. It is the most fucking. It's like you said, the most. What did you say?
Faithful adaptation.
Yes. Yeah,
it's
like, dude, I read the comics before I watched the movie, and I'm like, I'm reading the stuff in the comics, and I'm like, surely that's not in the movie, and it was. It was like him finding his shoes at his mother's house or something, and like going to get his gun and stuff. I'm like, this isn't necessary. It's not going to be in the movie. It's in the movie. It's just like straight it from the pages to the screen.
It's about 90% of the comic basically just put up on the screen. It's a direct adaptation, including the camera shots they use, like when they do the big panels and stuff. It's perfect. It's a perfect comic book adaptation. I give it 4 stars. That's my review, I guess.
It was black and white, kind of minimal, but it felt like a film negative. It was really cool,
I love Frank Miller's art style. So
yeah. Kevin is much more scary as Elijah Wood than he is as the Kevin in the comic. Yeah. I still have nightmares about Kevin.
Hey, so when you read the comic though, do you not read it in Mickey Rourke's voice?
Oh yeah,
Mark's like, hey, that's a nice jacket.
That's it.
Yeah, how good was Mickey Rourke in that, huh?
Yeah, that was a great performance. That put him back on the map.
So that was Sin City, the hard goodbye.
Oh, and the what's her name? Oh, Lucille. That was such a great reveal when she doesn't have a hand.
Yeah.
It's like, they made me watch, or something like that.
They
made me watch. And it's exactly like that in the comic. Like, exactly like that.
Yeah. But that was the script. That was basically the shooting script. How cool is that? Like, for Robert Rodriguez to come in, and he also directed the Boba Fett episode of Mandalorian. Just point that out.
And Spy Kids. Don't forget.
Which I've never seen. But yeah, he
came
in and he was just
like,
he comes in, he takes the comic, he's like, this is perfect. We're going to figure out how to get this onto film without fucking with it as little as possible. Like the polar opposite of Zack Snyder, basically. Like the polar fucking opposite of this dude. Instead of being like, oh, we can make this better, he was like, no, we can't improve this. Let's take this, let's adapt it, let's use the camera angles, let's use the dialogue. Let's frame it like let's do it,
dude. Dialogue, dude. Most of the dialogue, I'm like reading this, and I'm like, oh my god, this is exactly what is in the movie. It wasn't always like that, but major like scenes.
About 90% of what's in the comic made it to the screen, and it's just, oh man, it's chef's kiss. It's just
it's like panel for panel. Right on the screen.
Yeah.
You're just watching it just all put together, like all the panels just put together. It was amazing.
What do you give the comic?
Oh yeah, it's a 4, man. That was great. I wish I would have.
He claims he did. He claims he read it.
Rob got a thumbs up in there. You made it to YouTube. Yeah, loved it, man. I wish I wouldn't have known what had happened. I wish, I wouldn't have seen the movie before.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, because when I was reading the comic, you think I put the characters. I picture them too.
Yeah. And
It would have been cool to read the comic and then see the movie.
And Rourke's son was a great villain. That guy was creepy as hell. There was no color in the comic, though.
No, I could hear swinging on a star from the other room. By the way, I just want to tell you
Maggie's going. Oh!
I was not humming it. I swear.
Oh, I got Maggie's package for her 40th birthday. Just came in the mail yesterday.
Oh, you got it.
I ordered it in early May. I got it yesterday.
You're right. Is it the correct thing? Did you open it?
Yes, it's the correct thing, but I'm debating on whether or not giving it to her because the craftsmanship is so poor, I'm like, do I even want it? Because it looked great when I ordered it,
Right.
Off one of those Facebook pages.
Just give it to her. She'll
I think once she puts it, from a distance, I think it'll look cool. Just don't get up close. Yeah, okay. Don't get up close.
don't expect it too much. Okay.
Yeah, but that came. Oh shit! One more thing, I gotta tell you, dude. I had this fucking amazing Star Wars dream the other week. It was.
Wait a minute. Wait, stop there. Did it involve Princess Leia?
No.
Okay, continue.
I did not.
I don't want to hear any of that.
There was no wet dream involved, but it was a great dream nonetheless. It was basically Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker after a master sword, but it was a lightsaber master sword. All right, and they're like fighting each other on this broken asteroid. They had no mask. Don't ask me how they were breathing. It was a dream. But they're on this hunt for this master sword, like Zelda, dude. But it's the master lightsaber. And then something happened, like Kylo gets it first, and he tries to wield it, but he's not worthy, like Thor, And he's like, he's just like, he discards it, and then he starts fighting Luke or whatever, and Luke gets disarmed or whatever, and then Luke grabs the fucking master sword.
He grabbed it or he force grabbed it?
Oh no, he just grabbed it.
Okay.
My dream wasn't that cool. But he gets it and he's battling. Kylo's got his fucking whatever, the one with the hilt and everything. His one, and he's going to kill Luke. And then he disarms Luke with his, and then Luke gets it and it starts transforming. Once Luke grabs it, like a transformer, but it doesn't make the transformer sound, but it sounds like metal, like transforming, and the shape goes to to Obi-Wan's the same shape as Obi-Wan, and then it goes blue, and he's like fighting Kylo Ren, and then Kylo Ren's got him like pinned down and everything, and then just as all hope is lost, the fucking lightsaber transforms again, and the one end is his green lightsaber, and the other end is Darth Maul's red. And it goes double. And he fucking, when the second one comes out, it stabs fucking Kylo in the fucking chest.
I like how excited you are about your dream.
Dude, I want to see a master fucking lightsaber, man. Where the true one wields it and it changes. And it was changing to whatever, whatever best.
I don't want to see a Christmas colored lightsaber though. I'm not down.
Christmas colored.
Steve wants there to be a Highlander.
But I woke up and I was like, no. Like,
damn you, JJ!
This was a fucking best
dream.
Dude,
even your dream was better written than
the last
JJ Abrams.
Your dream was better than the last 3 movies.
Your subconscious has more talent.
Dude, the thing was just, it was transforming. It was because Luke was the one, man. He was the one, like Neo. It was like, it didn't make the transformer sound, but it was like, this is fucking awesome.
Speaking of Neo, man, we still haven't seen shit about Matrix 4, and I'm just getting more and more antsy and giddy, and I just want to, give me a trailer, give me a teaser, give me a something, man.
I need a teaser so bad. I need a teaser
I want to know something.
You guys just got done saying you don't want to see anything. You wish they wouldn't have showed Black Widow.
Well, trailer's
following.
different.
But that was in
trailer's
the trailer,
Trailer's
though.
different.
That was in the trailer.
Actually, you're right because I think
I
the
don't. The
Black
stuff
Widow
in the
Right,
trailer.
Black
you
Widow
say you
trailer.
want to see
Yeah, the
trailer,
Black Widow trailer
but you
is like
don't want to see the trailer.
those too
Black
much.
Widow trailer is just action. I didn't really. There wasn't anything really revealed in the
You
Black
really
Widow
don't
trailer.
want to see the trailer, though.
No, I do.
No,
for,
I do.
For Matrix,
I'm
do.
so excited.
I've been waiting so long.
And then you're gonna say after you see the movie, then you're gonna be like, "I wish I wouldn't have saw the trailer."
I've been so unhappy.
I say that after every movie now, though. Like Steve, do you remember a few years back when I was like, I'm not watching trailers anymore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it for about 4 to 6 months, but then like I went to the movies,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to get there late. So I saw trailers. I was like, oh, fuck it, I guess. But I would love to live in a world where I just don't have to see trailers at all, though, too. Like, that would be... But dude, The Matrix, I'm too hyped, man. I just drip feed something, man. I want to see something. Give me a frame from the movie. What does Neo look like?
Yeah.
Is Keanu Reeves even playing Neo? What is going on? Like, I want something. I'm so curious.
God. And
When's
they
come
can
out?
do... And it's the
December.
Matrix. It's the Matrix. So
Spider-Man,
they can do anything. Like they can fucking do
anything. And now, like you go watch the originals and you see how far we've come with CGI, and it's like, oh my god, this could be amazing.
They can't do anything. They can have Trinity fall off a roof, hit her ribs off the side, fall down, and then get back up. Like, I'm okay because I'm in the Matrix.
Right. That makes sense.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So you haven't heard anything? No word on that, huh? Have they even had set photo leaks yet or anything?
No, but they did have a screening supposedly, and people were saying it's closer to Cloud Atlas than it is Jupiter Ascending.
That's not good either way.
Cloud Atlas was better, but there's still.
Was it?
Yeah, dude. That was way better.
I haven't seen either one.
I thought that
but it still wasn't.
boring.
It
At
wasn't.
least Jupiter Ascended tried.
Dude, no. There was a cool concept behind Cloud Atlas. Jupiter Ascending sucks.
You just like Tom.
I can't. I can't.
Oh, this is coming from the guy of Tomorrow War.
The Tomorrow War. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that again. I watched Black Widow twice.
God.
Did you guys watch Black Widow twice? I watched it twice.
No, I just saw it once.
I could tell you I watched
compelled.
Tomorrow War once.
Yeah. Yep. Dude, I love that fucking movie. All right, that's it.
It's entertaining.
What else you got? Anything?
I got to pick next week's comic.
Yes.
And it's in my Comixology library. We're going to do something.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, whatever.
I wanted to make I had to clarify something. We were talking about Hawk, World War Hawk, and I said Tony Stark was the one that brought the Hawk back to Bruce Banner. Yep. And I said that, what was the guy with the power of the sun?
The Sentry?
Yeah, you said he didn't bring Hawk back, and he actually did. He brought Hawk back to Bruce Banner, but then then Bruce Banner finds out Meek killed everybody, so he went back to Hawk.
Right.
And then Tony Stark got him out with the satellite, so I just wanted to clarify that.
All right. That's from our devotion to accuracy department. Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, hey, we're trying to be good here.
Disclaimer.
But anyway, so the comic I have picked out is called, and I haven't read it yet either, so just FYI, it's something I've been curious about, and now it's an excuse to read it. It's in my Comixology library. We're going to read volume 1 of a comic called Haunt. It is written by Robert Kirkman, the creator of Walking Dead and Invincible. There's artwork by Ryan Otley, who also worked on Invincible. There's artwork by Greg Capullo and Todd McFarlane, who worked on Spawn. Again, it's called Haunt. Robert Kirkman, a bunch of really talented artists. That's it.
You said volume 1?
Volume 1, yes.
Okay. I'm reading Firepower right now by him.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm reading Moon Knight too. I got like 30 issues into Moon Knight, and he's starting to lose himself in his personalities now.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, you knew.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I've been playing my guitar a lot, so I got
a new.
How's
that going?
It's fucking great. I can play Master of Puppets now.
Nice.
I'm playing a lot of Metallica stuff. I can't play all of Master of Puppets. I can play all the like main riffs. I can't play the solo. Just been learning like a bunch of Metallica shit.
That's cool.
Whiplash and Motor Breath and what else? Been working on Battery. That one's I'm not fast.
Practice.
But yeah, I've been playing a lot of guitar. Been playing Pantera stuff, Metallica stuff, Slayer stuff. Still in my '90s groove. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. But yeah, let's wrap it up. I don't think I have anything I want to show anybody for once. Yeah, I do. I always do, but I want to get going. I got to take a shit. So
right on. Good way to end.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
All right. Later.
Deuces.